Hello guys, welcome back to another physics YouTube channel video. Today I will be teaching you how to jump in deepwoken. To jump in deepwoken, we need to first understand what it means to jump. Jumping is a form of movement in which an organism or non-living mechanical system, like robots, propels itself through the air in a ballistic trajectory. Jumping is different from running or galloping or anything else, with the high angle of the launch and long duration of time where the whole body stays airborne. A lot of animals, like kangaroos, use jumping as their main way of traversal, while other animals, like frogs, jump in order to escape predators. Humans have also invented many sports related to jumping, like long jumping, high jumping, and show jumping. In physics terms, jumping happens when the legs push against the ground with enough force that the reaction force from the ground accelerates the body upward. According to Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which means when you push the ground downward, the ground pushes you upward. This upward force briefly becomes greater than the force of gravity, which allows the body to leave the ground and begin traveling through the air. Once the body leaves the ground, the only major force acting on it is gravity, which pulls the body back towards the surface of the Earth. Because of this, the path that the body follows through the air is known as a projectile motion or ballistic trajectory. The body will travel upward, slowing down as gravity reduces its vertical velocity until it reaches the highest point of the jump, which is called the apex. After the apex, gravity makes the body start to accelerate downward again until it eventually returns to the ground. The height of a jump depends on several factors, including the force produced by the legs, the mass of the jumper, and the efficiency of the motion. A stronger push against the ground creates a larger initial velocity, which means the body will travel higher before gravity stops the upward motion. This is why trained athletes can jump significantly higher than the average person, because of their muscles are able to generate much more force in a very short period of time. Another important concept when discussing jumping is impulse. Impulse is the change in momentum that occurs when a force is applied over a period of time. In preparing to jump, humans usually bend their knees before pushing off the ground. This bending motion increases the time over which the legs apply force to the ground, which increases the impulse and therefore increases the resulting upward velocity. Many animals have evolved specialized bodies that make jumping easier or more efficient. Kangaroos, for example, store elastic energy in their tendons, which helps them perform repeated jumps with less energy loss. Frogs have very powerful hind legs that allow them to send their bodies flying several times their own length in a single jump. Even small insects like fleas can jump hundreds of times their body height thanks to elastic structures in their legs that act like biological springs. Robots can also be designed to jump by using mechanical springs, motors, or compressed air systems. Engineers look at how animals jump so they can design more efficient robotic systems that can navigate obstacles or uneven terrain. A jumping robot can sometimes cross gaps or climb ledges that would be too hard for a wheeled robot to traverse. Another aspect of jumping is the control of the body while airborne. Even though no new forces can be applied to change the overall trajectory once the body leaves the ground, it is still possible to rotate or position different parts of the body in midair. Gymnasts and divers take advantage of this by tucking or extending their limbs to control their rotation and orientation before landing. Landing safely is also an important part of the jumping process. When the body returns to the ground, it must absorb the impact forces that occur when downward velocity suddenly becomes zero. Humans usually bend their knees when landing because this increases the time over which the acceleration occurs, which reduces the stress placed on the joints and bones. This is another example of impulse in action because spreading the force over a longer period of time lowers the peak force experienced by the body. Different surfaces can also change the way jumping works. A hard surface like concrete does not deform much, which means most of the force from the legs goes directly into accelerating the body upward. Softer surfaces like sand, grass, or foam can absorb some of the energy, which may reduce the height of a jump, but can also make landing safer by reducing impact forces. This is why athletic tracks and gym mats are designed with materials that balance energy return with shock absorption. Jumping may seem like a very simple action, but actually involves many different areas of physics, including mechanics, energy transfer, and biomechanics. By analyzing the forces involved, scientists can better understand how animals move, how athletes improve their performance, and how machines might be able to one day replicate these abilities. So overall, jumping is not just a random motion where something leaves the ground for a moment. It is a carefully balanced interaction between force, gravity, energy, and timing, which together create the motion that we see as a jump. Understanding all of this helps explain why different creatures jump in different ways and why certain techniques allow higher or longer jumps than others. And that is basically the physics explanation behind what it means to jump. As you can see, jumping involves force, reaction, gravity, trajectory, impulse, and energy all working together in a very complicated way for something that most people do without even thinking about it. If you understand these basic ideas, you can begin to learn how to jump in deepwoken. So to jump in deepwoken, you need to press the spacebar on your keyboard like how I do it in this video. Yes, to jump you press the space bar. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.